As we grow older, life isn't about chasing endless goals anymore. It's about finding peace, building meaningful connections, and taking care of our mind, body, and soul. But here's something we often overlook. The people around us can either lift us up or slowly drain our happiness. And yes, even family can be part of that. After 45, life is too precious to waste on relationships that drain your well-being. Protecting your emotional health isn't selfish, it's wisdom. It's a commitment to living your best years with dignity and clarity. Some people bring joy and positivity, while others are like storm clouds, constantly disrupting your peace. In this video, we'll reveal 5 types of people you should avoid as you grow older. Even if they've been in your life for years, your well-being isn't up for debate. It's the key to a meaningful and fulfilling life. If this resonates with you, hit the like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more life-changing Stoic insights. Let's prioritize peace and build a future worth savoring, shall we? Begin. 1. The manipulator. As you step into the golden years of life, the value of peace and emotional balance becomes more precious than ever, yet there's one type of person who can shatter that tranquility: the manipulator. These people don't appear as obvious villains. Instead, they disguise themselves as needing help or affection, playing on your kindness, especially if you've spent your life supporting others. At first, their dependence may seem harmless, even endearing. But over time, it turns into a toxic burden that drains you, both physically and emotionally. Picture this: you're enjoying a peaceful morning, reading a book and sipping tea, then the phone rings. It's an old friend asking for a small favor. Maybe they need help with errands or someone to watch their house. At first, you think it's just a small favor, nothing major, but before you know it, the requests keep coming, growing more frequent over time. You start to notice a pattern. They only contact you when they need something, and if you refuse, they make you feel guilty, subtly implying that you're selfish or unkind. This is a clear sign of manipulation. Manipulators are experts at using guilt as a weapon. They make you feel like their needs are urgent and that refusing them means you're letting them down. But remember, saying no isn't cruel, it's an act of self-preservation. Your time, energy, and emotions are not endless resources. They deserve to be safeguarded. Boundaries are the antidote to manipulation. By setting clear limits, you take back control of your life. If someone constantly asks for favors, try responding with, "I'm sorry, but I can't help this time." You don't need to explain or justify your decision. Your boundaries are valid simply because they protect your peace. Ask yourself, does this person add value to my life, or do they take more than they give? Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and care, not one-sided obligations. If someone's presence constantly leaves you feeling drained or resentful, it may be time to reconsider their place in your life. In your golden years, it's crucial to let go of the fear of disappointing others. Your kindness is a gift, not something to be taken advantage of. Surround yourself with people who truly respect and appreciate you. Saying no to manipulators means saying yes to your own happiness and peace, and that's a choice worth making every time. 2. The self-absorbed, the narcissist. As we age, we hope to build meaningful connections, relationships that bring empathy and genuine value, but not all connections enrich our lives. Some people are so consumed by their own egos that they overshadow everyone around them. They prioritize themselves so much that they leave no space for others, making you feel invisible in the relationship. Imagine sitting down with a family member or friend to share a cherished story from your past. Just as you reach the best part, they interrupt, steering the conversation toward their own experiences. You try again, hoping they'll listen this time, but once more, they turn the focus back to themselves. Over time, you realize this isn't just a coincidence, it's a pattern. These individuals turn every conversation into their personal stage, making you feel like nothing more than a blurred backdrop in their story. Narcissists often don't even realize the harm they're causing. They crave attention and validation so intensely that they fail to see the emotional toll they take on those around them. For older adults, this can be especially painful. After a lifetime of rich experiences, you deserve to share your stories, wisdom, and feelings with people who truly care. But with narcissists, that space barely exists. Be cautious. At first, their charm can be disarming, making it easy to overlook their selfish nature. Over time, though, their lack of empathy and genuine support becomes impossible to ignore. They may downplay your achievements, belittle your struggles, or completely disregard your needs, all while expecting you to celebrate and cater to theirs. So, how can you deal with someone like this? Boundaries are essential. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting them out of your life, though in some cases it might, but it does mean limiting their ability to dominate your time and energy. If they constantly interrupt you, gently steer the conversation back. I'd like to finish what I was saying first. If they dismiss your feelings, calmly assert, I hear you, but this moment is important to me. Remember, their behavior is not a reflection of your worth. Narcissists often lack the ability to truly see or appreciate others, but that doesn't lessen your worth. Surround yourself with people who uplift and celebrate you, whether it's friends, family, or a community that genuinely values your thoughts and experiences. These are the relationships that will nourish your soul and make your golden years truly fulfilling. Letting go of the need to please a narcissist is incredibly freeing. It allows you to focus on the relationships that truly matter, those built on mutual empathy and respect. Life is too precious, especially at this stage, to waste on one-sided relationships. By prioritizing yourself, you not only find peace but also set the standard for how others should treat you. That is the foundation of a truly fulfilling life, especially in these cherished years. 3. The critic. As we age, life should be filled with peace and pride in the journey we've traveled. Yet critics, those who constantly find fault, whether intentional or not, can undermine your confidence and drain your joy. These individuals often disguise their criticism as concern or constructive feedback, but their words are like sharp needles, piercing your thoughts and leaving emotional scars. Imagine an evening where you're sharing a cherished memory with your family. Before you can even finish, someone cuts in, "You should have done it this way instead." Small criticisms like these may seem insignificant, but over time, they build into a heavy wall of judgment. You've spent a lifetime creating a meaningful life, yet these critics make you feel as if none of it is ever good enough. Here's the truth: their words often reveal more about them than about you. Many critics project their own insecurities and fears onto others, using criticism as a shield to avoid facing their own flaws. However, understanding this doesn't take away the sting. Protecting your peace means learning to process these opinions with clarity and detachment. Ask yourself, is this criticism constructive? Does it come from a place of care and respect? If the answer is no, let it go. For example, if someone constantly critiques how you choose to spend your retirement, say, by taking art classes, respond calmly but firmly, "I appreciate your concern, but I'm very happy with my choice." This simple response not only sets a boundary but also reinforces your autonomy. Remember, not every opinion deserves your attention. Negative words only have power if you allow them to. Surround yourself with people who genuinely care and uplift you. It could be a friend from your yoga class or a supportive group at your local community center. These relationships are like rays of sunlight dissolving the clouds of judgment. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our self-worth doesn't come from others' opinions but from how we see and value ourselves. Don't let the voices of critics dim the light in your story. Instead, focus on people who appreciate and uplift you, and engage in activities that bring you joy. Ultimately, the opinions of critics cannot diminish your worth. Let go of their negativity and live with confidence and peace. You deserve it. Your journey has been built on resilience and love, and that is far more valuable than any judgment they can offer. 4. Be irresponsible. In the golden years of your life, you deserve to enjoy the peace and freedom you've worked so hard to achieve. But irresponsible individuals, whether friends, family, or acquaintances, can disrupt this balance. They drag you into their chaos, leaving you to deal with the consequences of their poor choices. These individuals don't just drain your time and energy, they leave you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and even helpless. Imagine sitting in your garden, soaking in the warmth of the sun and enjoying the gentle chirping of birds. Suddenly, your phone rings. It's a family member calling for urgent help. Maybe they need money for rent. You agree, thinking you're doing the right thing, but as weeks pass, the calls keep coming. Each time, there's a new reason, a new emergency. You soon realize that their promises of "this is the last time" are just empty words. Irresponsible people don't just ignore their own duties, they make them your problem. They take advantage of your kindness, especially if you've always been the one they turn to for support. But Stoic philosophy teaches us that kindness doesn't mean endless self-sacrifice. As Marcus Aurelius said, true freedom comes from mastering your own actions. By constantly rescuing others, you prevent them from learning, growing, and taking responsibility for their own lives. So how do you handle this? Setting clear boundaries is the first step. For example, if someone frequently asks for financial help, respond politely but firmly, "I'm sorry, but I can't assist this time." Perhaps you can explore other options. This response not only protects your resources but also encourages them to confront their situation. Feelings of guilt are often used as a tactic, making you believe that refusing help means you don't care. But remember, genuine care can take many forms: offering advice, emotional support, or simply being present without carrying their burdens for them. Your golden years aren't meant for carrying the weight of others' irresponsibility. They're a time to enjoy, explore, and live authentically. By prioritizing your own needs and peace of mind, you not only safeguard your emotional well-being but also create space for others to grow. Saying no isn't selfish, it's an act of self-respect. Letting go of the need to fix everything for others frees you from unnecessary burdens and serves as a powerful reminder that you're not responsible for it all. These years are yours. Use them to live fully and find joy in the freedom you've earned. 5. Be ungrateful. In the golden years of life, one of the greatest joys is the ability to give. Whether it's your time, wisdom, or simply the love you've cultivated over decades, there's a profound satisfaction in knowing that your efforts and sacrifices have made someone's life a little better. But few things are as painful as the cold silence of ingratitude. When your kindness goes unnoticed, or worse, is met with criticism, it can leave you feeling undervalued, disheartened, and even doubting your own worth. The ungrateful have a way of diminishing the joy of giving. Imagine spending hours preparing a holiday meal for your family, pouring love into every dish, only to hear complaints like "this doesn't taste the same as before." Or worse, being met with indifferent silence, as if your effort was simply expected. Or picture rearranging your schedule to help a friend in need, only to receive a lukewarm thanks that feels more like an afterthought. What makes ingratitude so painful is not just the lack of acknowledgement, but the message it sends that your time, effort, and care are not valued. Over time, this lack of appreciation can weigh heavily on your heart, turning moments that should bring joy and connection into reminders of neglect. But here's an important truth: someone else's ingratitude does not reflect your worth. Their inability to recognize your efforts says more about their shortcomings than it does about the value of what you've given. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see and appreciate the love and generosity you bring to the world. Dealing with ungrateful individuals requires self-awareness, confidence, and courage. Start by acknowledging your own feelings. Allow yourself to feel the hurt and disappointment without brushing it aside. It's natural to feel let down when someone doesn't appreciate you. Those feelings are valid, But what's even more important is how you choose to respond. Take a moment to evaluate the relationship. Is this a recurring pattern of ingratitude? Does this person enrich your life, or do they consistently take more than they give? If the answer is no, it may be time to set boundaries. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting them out of your life entirely, but rather limiting the time and energy you're willing to invest. For instance, if a family member consistently fails to acknowledge your efforts, consider scaling back the lengths you go to meet their needs. Focus instead on what brings you joy and fulfillment. If they question the change in your behavior, you might calmly explain, "I've realized I need to focus on the things that make me happy." This isn't about punishing them, but about protecting yourself. Another essential practice is redirecting your energy toward those who truly value you. Spend time with friends, neighbors, or community members who respond to your kindness with gratitude and warmth. These are the people who will uplift you and remind you of the beauty of giving. Their appreciation will nurture your spirit, making every act of generosity worthwhile. It's also helpful to reflect on why you give in the first place. Genuine generosity doesn't stem from a need for recognition. It comes from love and care. By focusing on the joy you feel in giving rather than the response you receive, you can find peace even in the face of ingratitude. However, this doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or exploitation. Your kindness is a gift, not an obligation, and it should be treated as such. As you move forward, take time to celebrate your own efforts. Acknowledge the love, thoughtfulness, and care you pour into everything you do, whether or not others recognize it. Your acts of kindness reflect the strength and beauty within you, something no one can take away. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our value does not come from how others perceive us, but from how we perceive ourselves. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not let what you cannot control harm you." Ingratitude, while hurtful, does not define you. Only you can define yourself. By choosing to focus on those who appreciate you and setting boundaries with those who do not, you not only protect your peace but preserve the joy of giving. Your golden years should not be burdened by the weight of others' neglect, but filled with respect and gratitude for the incredible person you are and the contributions you've made. As we enter the later chapters of life, our priorities naturally shift. Instead of chasing distant goals, we yearn for peace, meaningful connections, and a sense of fulfillment. This is the time to treasure the moments and relationships that truly matter. Taking care of your emotional well-being is not just a good idea, it's essential. The people you allow into your life can either uplift you or weigh you down. Recognizing the value of your relationships and setting boundaries with those who drain your energy is not selfish, it's self-preservation. Distancing yourself from toxic individuals, whether they are manipulative, selfish, critical, or ungrateful, is an act of love for yourself. By doing this, you free yourself to invest in relationships that bring warmth and mutual respect that you've spent years caring for, supporting, and making sacrifices for others. Now, it's time to give that same kindness to yourself. Be proud of the life you've built, the wisdom you've gained, and the obstacles you've conquered. Don't let others' negativity dim the beauty of your journey. Surround yourself with relationships that appreciate your worth and respect your boundaries. This is your time to focus on what truly matters. Cherish family, the companionship of true friends, and the quiet joy of meaningful moments. Let go of the need to fix or adapt to those who drain you. Instead, embrace the people and experiences that uplift you. Your life is too valuable to spend on relationships that don't nurture your soul. Remember, your happiness is in your hands, and your peace is the legacy you leave behind. By choosing wisely who you allow into your life, you build a sanctuary of love, respect, and fulfillment. A space where you can truly thrive and enjoy every moment of this beautiful journey. These lessons are here to inspire you to live fully and authentically. I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one insight you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support one another on this journey. Don't forget to like, share,